All right, my name is Rodney Stevens. I'm a director of Discovery Harbour Resources, but my background is I'm a former mining analyst for Salmon Partners, where we raised billions of dollars for the mining sector back in the last bull market for gold. The reason why I joined the board of Discovery is because I see the same potential that it has with a number of deals that we did at Salmon Partners. For example, we got in at Ventana Gold. When we came in, it was 30 cents, and then we sold it 3 years later for $1 billion. So I see great potential in this property, and I want to join in. But before that, I should go through forward-looking statements. I am going to say forward-looking statements here. Basically, that's management's best guess of what the future holds, but no one knows the future, and the future can change, so you can't really rely on what we say. So thank you, regulators, because they know we can be dangerous. Okay, so Discovery Harbour Resources at a glance. It's a simple story. We have 26 million shares outstanding, tickers DHR on the venture exchange. 60% of the shares are held by insiders, and at the financing price of the financing we just announced, it's a low market cap of only $1.3 million. And we're raising there's a full warrant at 10 cents. I think the stock's 10 cents as of today. But we are raising $600,000, small financing, just to do the surface work required for a deep drilling program at the Caldera property. So the Caldera property, actually, we own it 100%, but it is subject to a 2% NSR, and there's a prepayment on this NSR of only $400,000, and $100,000 we've already paid, so super cheap acquisition price. And it's located in a great area in Nevada, great mining jurisdiction. It's centered between two major gold belts, and within those gold belts, our project is also surrounded by some world-class mining deposits. And notably, we have the Round Mountain just adjacent to it. Kinross owns it, and it's a 12 million ounce deposit. These are all epithermal systems. So the property is not grassroots. It's not really that early stage. It's actually been drilled extensively. And the past drillers, they were actually drilling near surface, and they were targeting a low-grade bulk tonnage deposit, the low-hanging fruit. But they didn't find a resource that held together. But they did intercept some good intercepts along a full 6.5 kilometers of strike length in these 5 main zones. Particularly in the West Golden, they've hit over 30 grams per ton in a few different areas over significant widths, plus 2 meters. And then in some of these other areas, low grade, but then you get some areas like 5 to 7 grams per ton over significant widths. So they didn't find what they're looking for, but what the evidence says is what the deposit probably is a epithermal system at depth. And these high-grade intercepts are in vein. There's no base metal around. It also tells us that the system is probably preserved. And if that's the case, then there could be bonanza grades in a feeder zone below. Now, I should disclose, I'm not a geologist. This is what our geologists tell us. I rely on our corporate geologists, but it's a great target, and the general consensus, it just has to be drilled at depth. So the deposit model for an epithermal vein system, essentially you have magma emanating from the ground, and when it hits the 300-meter level from surface, it starts to boil, and then the magma gets deposited in any open space it finds. So you get these ore chutes where the precious metals get dumped into them. The more dumping that happens, the higher the grade. So the real sweet spot of this system is 300 meters at depth. What they probably drilled before is just this silification cap. 100 meters average depth is nowhere near the depth you have to go to hit that sweet spot. So that's what we're going to do. So before we can drill deep, we're doing this small raise of $600,000. We've got to do the surface work in 2 phases. It's going to take 4 to 6 months, and then we'll be ready to drill. But we're going to target where we can hit those bonanza grades. So once we're ready to drill, we're going to do a larger financing, probably about $2 million. That'll give us 8 to 10 drill holes, 300 meters at depth. And I've been told that we expect to have a high degree of confidence to make a discovery when we drill deep. And if we do get a discovery, of course, you drill more, raise more money, and then drill the full potential of the property. And where this is located, in Nevada, and where it's situated, you could possibly see a takeover even before we do our first resource estimate. We saw that at Ventana. So, board and management team, we've got a great team put together. Mark Fields, though, he's the guy. He's a professional geologist. His background is Rio Tinto. While he was at Rio Tinto, he made inroads on the Diavik mine discovery and saw that through to production. And then also, too, he helped develop Pine Valley Coal's metallurgical coal mine and brought that into production, and he got an award for that, the Schultz Award in 2012. And then prior to that, he drilled the Tika deposit, which was acquired by Kinross for like $44 million. And then the Cision deposit, which was acquired for Hunter Dickinson. So he's our guy, and he's going to be heading up the program to make that discovery. And his Rio Tinto, but he also has a background in coal where he met Richard Gillum. Richard's our billionaire shareholder. He's got 42% interest in the shares of the company. He's maintaining his interest, but his claim to fame is he founded the Cumberland Resources coal project, which was later sold to Massey Energy for like $1 billion. Then with Mark Field, Andrew's our in-house counsel. Mark will be working with Mark, our on-site geologist, where he has numerous years of experience working on exploration projects such as ourselves. Jason Cubitt, I've known for some time. He has 25 years experience working in the public markets, similar to mine, and we're sort of in charge of the performance of the stock. So that's our story. It's pretty straightforward. We've got a target that just has to be drilled. It's potentially large. It's potentially high grade. We're doing a small financing now, only $600,000, but we have reserved some for Gwen because we like her.
Thanks. Before you go, let's just ask, small financing and a really small market cap, the smallest of the companies here, really tiny. But that's sort of by design, so to speak. So do you want to just talk about, there's a lot of companies out there that have $1 million market caps that nobody cares about, but there is a plan. You say you're in charge of the share price. No pressure. There's a bit of a plan here, right?
It's a team effort.
There's a plan here in terms of, reactivate the company, do this small financing, do some field work, tell the story, do another financing, right? This is small, tiny market caps can be risky, but they can also create a lot of opportunity if there's the right plan.
Right, so I'm not allowed to go into valuation. That's my analyst background, but our market cap is 1.3 million. The average takeover price for a deposit is $100 an ounce. There is a lot of potential upside, and the risk is that we don't hit a discovery. We're very confident, but it's no guarantee either. But in order to have that home run potential, you got to take the risk, and we're ready to knock it out of the park.
And so then the follow-up question would be, what does Discovery do if drilling at Caldera doesn't work? You certainly have a good board and some good shareholders and or capital and whatnot. So,
one interesting strategy to do is to take some money off the table before the drill results come out, just in case.
Oh, there's his investor angle. Perfect. Thank you, Rodney.